What's up, guys? The date is July 28th, 2024. I'm walking around. It's a beautiful Texas day. Walking around in the Texas heat. And I got my bucket hat on to protect me from the sun. I'm gonna try to find a bench or something to sit on. Try to reduce the wind. We're kind of by the woods here, so it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully the audio is nice on y'all's end. Hope you guys are having a good day. In this video, we're gonna discuss a topic that is very important and a lot of people are curious about, and I'm just pumped to talk about this really to you guys because I actually know a lot about it. I've gone through the experience of making $1 million and paying taxes on it, and I just have a good amount of experience to speak on this. And I've always known how it works, but now that I have the experience of paying taxes, last year I paid $210,000 to the IRS, which is not a flex. It's a flex in a way because it means I made a lot, but there's ways to avoid paying taxes legally that you should be aware of. I did not do them. I chose not to do them. I kind of explain why in this video when I get to it. But yeah, a lot of people look at sports betting and they're like, well, if I win, I have to pay taxes. And it's so funny to me. It's such a dumb thought, because if you make money doing anything, you have to pay taxes. It's like taxes are not a reason to just intentionally avoid making money. A lot of people are like, if I win the lottery, I'll have to pay taxes. So, fuck the lottery. I don't want to win it. It's such a bizarre mindset. Like, you still do want to make 100 grand betting on sports. Yes, you will owe some money in taxes if you do accomplish that. But what's the alternative? Just not making any money? I'd rather make 100 grand and pay 30 grand in taxes, take home 70 grand, than not make money at all, right? So you have to pay taxes, but you pay taxes on any dollar you make. I think a lot of people are confused. And look, I was in the same boat. When I was a kid, no one taught me about money. My parents sure didn't. My teachers sure didn't. So I had to learn all this on my own. But like when I was younger, I would go work. I worked fast food, my first job when I was 16. And I got paid a couple $100 each paycheck, right? Friday would come every other week and I'd make like $230. Here's the thing, you guys. When I got paid $230, the restaurant actually probably paid me $300. The government just took out $70. So some of you guys might get paid, I don't know, make a number up, $1,700 every paycheck. If you get paid $1,700 every paycheck from your employer, the employer is actually paying you closer to like $2,300. It's just the government's taking $600 out before it gets to you. So a lot of people don't understand this. So taxes come up. You know, each spring we pay our taxes in America, and people get a refund. And they love it. They're like, tax refund hit. Let's go get a PlayStation. But it's like, hey buddy, the reason you're getting paid for a tax refund is because they're refunding you because they took too much money. They may have taken 30 grand out of your paychecks, and then they might be like, oh, whoops, we only were supposed to take 28,000, so here's 2,000 back. It's just so funny, man, how the system scams people in America and the government scams people, and the people are so dumb that like the government's scamming you and making you feel good about getting scammed at the same time because they take 30 grand and then give you 2 grand back and you feel good. And then you see an opportunity to pursue entrepreneurship, like what I do, make money 1099, and you're like, oh man, I'll have to pay taxes. Oh no, I'll stick to my 9 to 5. I don't pay taxes at my 9 to 5. It's like, yes, you do pay taxes at your 9 to 5. So there's W-2 and there's 1099. W-2 is when you work for an employer, 9 to 5, they pay you paycheck. The money gets pulled out of that before you even touch it. 1099, you can pay taxes on 1099 money, which is what I did last year, or there's ways to actually offset it. So say you start a pressure washing business, make 100 grand, but you buy a truck that's over 6,000 pounds that's worth 150 grand, maybe a TRX or a Ford Raptor Type R, because you love it and you can justify it as a tax write-off. Now you can say, oh yeah, I made 100 grand over here, but my truck costs 150. So you don't pay any money in taxes, right? Now, when you're making $1 million, like last year I did 1.2 million, I paid a lot out to employees because I employ my family members so that they don't have to work. So that offset it. And then I probably had to pay tax on like 800 grand, 900 grand. So ended up probably paying about $250,000 because I also W-2 myself, which I just realized. I told you guys I paid 210 grand to the IRS. I also W-2 myself. So like I'll pay myself 8 grand each month, but when it goes through payroll, I only see like 6,100. The IRS is taking 1,900 each month. So you do the math on that. It's quite a bit. But if I want to protect my 1099 income, the simple answer is invest in real estate. And you can also buy trucks, right? But there's only so many trucks you can buy. Like you can't just buy trucks for every dollar you make to offset it. It'd kind of be dumb. But the way to offset like millions is to do what Donald Trump does, what Grant Cardone does, what anybody who has a brain in business does. You invest in real estate. Now we all know real estate appreciates in value, but the way the taxes are done in America, you can depreciate your real estate. So they say that the lifespan of real estate is 30 years. So when you buy a property, you can depreciate it over 30 years. Meaning, if I make 100 grand and I buy a house that is 300 grand, if I'm depreciating a third of that house every year, I'm depreciating about 9 grand. So say I have a couple houses. Say I have 2 houses that I depreciate 9 grand a year. Although I just made 100 grand gambling, I'm now offsetting 18,000 of that 100 grand because I'm depreciating it against my taxes, right? And I'm going over this surface level. You need to get a CPA, talk to them, game plan with them. It's just depreciating real estate. It's what everybody does to avoid paying taxes. Now, for me personally, I almost did this, but then I was just like, bro, this is such a hassle. I'm going through the lending process with lenders. I'm doing all this stuff to set up the utilities. I'm like, man, I am sick of this. So I didn't want the burden of owning all these houses. Eventually, I'll probably start investing in real estate. But for me, I was like, what if I just pay the taxes? I got enough money. I'm happy. I can send some of it off to pay taxes, and I'm living a good life, and it will allow me to focus all my energy on making YouTube videos and growing my channel, growing my business. So that's why I didn't do it last year. Now, is it smart mathematically? Would my net worth be higher if I did? Yes, 100%. But for me personally, the reason that I'm motivated to make money is to have a life of freedom and low stress. For me, it's lower stress to just make my money on the internet, pay my taxes, not deal with any mortgages, any BS, any of that, right? Tenants hitting up my property manager has to hit me up, stuff like that I just don't want to deal with. But I'm sure I will eventually because I do love real estate. I'm sure I will eventually, just not right now. So I hope that this made sense to you guys. If you make money, you got to pay taxes, whether you have a lawn mowing business, a pressure washing business, maybe you open a Chick-fil-A and you own a Chick-fil-A. Just like with gambling, you got to pay taxes. Now, another thing I should cover that I think a lot of people don't understand is you pay taxes if you profit. Most of you aren't making money gambling. If you put it into a spreadsheet, all of your losses and all of your wins, and then the bottom line, you're probably negative. I'm sorry to tell you this. You're probably not making money gambling. Very few people do. So, like, you don't have to pay taxes if you're not profiting. And a lot of people are losing money. And a lot of people I've interacted with on the internet, they think they're making money. Because for some reason with gambling, the human psychology behind it, the wins feel stronger than the losses. So this is why people get addicted to gambling. Like, one win can offset 3 losses. Not mathematically, but like mentally. So a guy might lose 100, lose 100, lose 100, win 100. And that win overpowers the losses in the chemicals in his body. So he'll be talking at a get-together in the backyard at his daughter's pool party with a neighbor. He'll be like, yeah, I make some good money gambling. And I've seen this thousands of times, man. Trust me, the people that profit gambling are so smart with math, they almost have to be a nerd for me to believe that they're profiting gambling. Like, they have to be somebody who studied math at the collegiate level. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to understand statistics and all that, variables, all that, like on a high level. So I've talked to a lot of degenerates that think they're winning. Trust me, man, if you look at the transaction logs, you're probably not winning. If that's the case, you don't have to pay taxes. I'll even give you guys an example myself. This year in UFC, I'm up about $25,000. I am up about 40,000 on MGM, and I'm down about 15,000 on DraftKings. So what's gonna happen at the end of the year is MGM's gonna send me a 1099. Hey, you won 40 grand with us, you owe the IRS taxes. But then I'm gonna say, whoa, IRS, I lost 15 over here on DraftKings. So yes, I owe you for taxes, but only on 25 grand. So you gotta document your wins and losses. And if they investigate you, they audit you, you better have proof. But these apps make it pretty easy with your transactions and stuff. So that's something to consider too. I'm gonna have to pay taxes on MGM, but also my losses on DraftKings offset that. Now, who knows, maybe at the end of the year, I'll be in the green on DraftKings and MGM, but you only pay taxes on the net profit, and 99.9% of people gambling are not profitable over the course of a full year. So hope that makes sense. There's ways to offset it legally using real estate. There's also other things like investing in natural gases, but like, you gotta hit up an accountant for that, or just go on YouTube and watch an accountant's video. There's people that break it down better than me. Don't be afraid to win because you have to pay taxes. Also, you only pay taxes on the winnings. And then also, if you are crushing it like I am, you can invest in real estate to avoid paying taxes. Although I did that. Yeah, I did that in 2021, or sorry, 2022 I did that. It was pretty sweet. I didn't have to pay taxes because I got an Airbnb. But that Airbnb has been a little bit of a pain in the ass. So in 2023, I just ate the bullet and paid taxes. 2024, fuck man, your guess is as good as mine. I look at houses every day, walking around the neighborhood right now as I record this, and I'm tempted to buy some of these houses to rent them out so I don't have to pay taxes. But hope this video helped you guys. I haven't really seen anybody put a good video out on it. Let me know if you guys have questions. I'll reply to y'all in the comment sections if there's something I didn't go over that you need help with. And yeah, have a good day. Good luck with your bets. And if you want to win, follow my page and subscribe. I post free picks every single day. My two favorite sports are UFC and, well, all of MMA, and then football, especially college football player props. I really dominate that. So have a good day, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.